Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all Oracle Apex community, depending where you are. I would love to welcome you all in the second session for our brand new Business Innovations webcast series. In this session, our guest Nomura Research Institute, NRI, a leading think tank and systems integrator and the largest economic research and consulting firm in Japan, will show us why they have selected Oracle Apex to build its next generation software, and how they managed to digitalize their processes with success and hugely reduced workload. But before that, I would like to welcome my manager, Ashish Mohindru, the Vice President Product Management for Oracle Apex, to give us some updates. Over to you, Ashish.
Thanks, Salim, and welcome everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where we are. I am Ashish Mohindru. I'm the Vice President for Product Management for Oracle Apex, the world's leading low-code application platform. And today, actually, we're doing a global webcast. So Salim is in the Middle East, I'm in San Francisco, and our customer, NRI, is in Japan. So hopefully with technology, everything will work great. But looking forward to having this conversation with them and talking about the journey to low-code. Before we start, I thought I'll give a quick overview on Apex for some of you who may be new to Apex or may not know much about what Oracle has to offer. This will be really quick before we get on to NRI talking about their use of low-code and their journey from building simple apps to really mission-critical enterprise-scale applications that they're running today. So for people that are not familiar with Apex, Apex is the world's most popular enterprise low-code application platform. It enables you to build scalable and secure enterprise apps with world-class features 20x faster with 100x less code. Apex delivers the most productive way to develop and deploy mobile, web, and desktop applications everywhere, whether you're building it on the cloud or on premises. Now, when we say Apex is the world's most popular application platform for low-code, it's not just making the claim, it's actually, there was a survey done by IDC of 1,000+ organizations worldwide, and they compared, they asked the question, which is their preferred vendor for low-code, or who are they looking to invest in the future for low-code? And as you can see, Oracle came out far ahead of all of the other vendors in this particular market. Not only do our customers like you really use Apex a lot, but when we ask them if they like it, a lot of them rated Apex very highly. Actually, when Gartner did a peer insight review where they went out and asked actual customers of all of these vendors about how to rate their particular vendor in terms of the capabilities of the product, the results that delivered for them, and how much they like it, Oracle once again came out on top of every other vendor in this space. You can actually look at these ratings and read about these reviews on your own at Gartner.com and also IDC.com on the previous survey. Now, because of all of this, and because of customers like yourself, we're seeing tremendous uptake of Apex in the market. We have over 2 million live apps. We have, on a daily basis, our users create over 3,000 new applications around the world. And we have a very vast and growing ecosystem of developers, about 700,000 plus developers worldwide, growing at a very rapid rate. So we can see that the adoption of low-code and Apex is really accelerating in the market overall. Now, what we really focus on is really breaking the barriers for low-code. So our mission at Oracle is to make low-code not only as equal to traditional application development platforms for building new applications, but actually going far exceeding that. Typically, when people think of low-code, they think of building simple apps. Simple apps like form-based applications for data entry, maybe data visualization, simple collaboration applications, and so on and so forth. In reality, our customers have shown that you can build any kinds of applications using low-code platforms with Apex. So we really excel in building not only simple apps, but also mission-critical enterprise-scale apps. And you'll learn about that from NRI today in terms of how they started with building simple applications, and they really took the same platform, exact same platform, to building really sophisticated, mission-critical, enterprise-grade applications. Also, Oracle Apex, we do not, unlike other competing platforms in the market, we do not limit you by workloads. So we do not charge you per workloads. We do not restrain you in the number of workloads you can run on the same platform. We only price you per amount of compute you're using, and also the amount of storage you're consuming. And that's it. So you can scale up and down based on what your needs are. The same thing applies to users, data, throughput. A lot of the low-code platforms, they limit you or charge you by the number of users that you are using on this platform. So the cost may start out being very low, but as your application scales, that cost goes up exponentially, as you can imagine. The same thing, some vendors charge you for data ingress and egress. So your application, again, might start small, but as your data sets grow, your cost grows exponentially. With Oracle Apex, you don't have to worry about that. We do not charge you per users. So you can start from one user and grow to millions of users, and the cost does not go exponentially. It only goes up as amount of compute and storage that you're consuming for your applications. And finally, we are really, with Oracle Apex, we really pride ourselves on portability. So we understand that you may want to build your applications on premises and move them to Oracle Cloud or third-party cloud with ease. So we don't want you to rewrite those applications or re-platform those applications as you move your cloud infrastructure, move from one infrastructure to the next infrastructure. So Oracle Apex is truly portable. It's built once and deploy anywhere, whether it's on premises or on any cloud in the market. Now with Apex, we've been building this technology for the last 19 plus years, almost 20 years now. As you can see, we started in 2004, and our last release was in November 2022, so last year. And with every release, we make sure that as you upgrade from one release to the next, you're completely compatible. So any feature sets that you're using in a prior release and you build an application on, that gets carried forward with the next release. So you don't have to, again, as you upgrade to the newer version, you don't have to rewrite, re-platform your application. And so far, over the last almost 20 years, all our applications that were written in Apex did not require any rewrites as they upgraded to the newer versions. Whether you're upgrading from a very old version of Apex to 2022 or 22.2, or you're just upgrading from 21.1 to 22.2, the process is exactly the same. No rewrites, no re-platforming for your existing applications. We've also been very busy in adding a lot of new innovation or creating a lot of innovations on top of this platform. As you can see from this release history, we started out with back in 2018. The slide shows from 2018 to 2022. You can see a number of new capabilities have been added on a regular basis to this platform. We have two major releases a year, one in the summer and one in the fall. And each release, for the year, we name it by the year and then adopt versions. So it's like last year was 22.1 in the summer and then 22.2 in the fall. And as you can see, we added a lot of features over the years, from ability to do advanced search like faceted search on your data sets. It comes built in with the product versus you having to write code for it, to adding map regions for building graphs and so on, to adding mobile capabilities of progressive web apps, to human workflow with approvals and unified task lists, and to ability to do advanced search, just like Google search across applications data. So a lot of new release. With every release, we add new innovations. And the next release is scheduled for this summer, this year, date still to be TBD. Oracle Apex is available not only on premises, you can download it and deploy it on your own infrastructure. And it's also available on Oracle Cloud and all regions of Oracle Cloud. We have about 55 global cloud regions that include commercial and public sector. And with every region, Oracle Apex is available as a service in each one of these countries and cities that's listed on this map. Now, as we add new cloud regions, that Oracle, as you know, Oracle is expanding really fast and building out its cloud regions around the world. You will see that Apex will be available in more cities and more countries and continents as that happens. In addition, Oracle also has a product called Oracle Cloud Dedicated Region. That means you can install or deploy an entire Oracle Cloud within your own data center. And this is what NRI did. NRI, or Nomura Research Institute, you're going to hear from them later after me. They actually deployed an entire Oracle Cloud within their own data center. And on top of that, they ran Oracle Apex. So when you do Oracle Cloud Dedicated Region, you also can deploy Oracle Apex within your own data center, but managed as a service in Oracle Cloud. Now, when you do deploy Apex and Oracle Cloud, especially on an autonomous infrastructure, there's a lot of benefits for doing that. This is very unique in the industry. Nobody else in the market even comes close to delivering or offering this kind of capabilities. The first thing is we offer a completely pre-configured full stack. So there's nothing that you have to piece together. All you got to do is make a few clicks and your entire environment is provisioned for you. You don't have to pull in libraries for different functionality. You don't have to actually do integrations and be able to kind of configure a stack, which could be pretty cumbersome. The second thing is it's running on a completely autonomous infrastructure. That means it's self-monitoring. That means it actually auto troubleshoots, auto tunes, auto patches, auto upgrades. You don't have to worry about any of that. We use machine learning to really drive these capabilities in the back end. These are no human is involved, no human error as part of that can be occurred because of this. So it's very unique. Not only is it fully managed, but it's also autonomous service running on an autonomous infrastructure. It's completely elastic. So as you can start out with a small compute and storage environment, and as your needs grow, the system can auto scale to add in more compute and storage resources for you. So you don't have to worry about it. As your user base grows, as your application grows in popularity, or you have more higher peak times or peak loads at certain times of the day, the system will take care of it automatically for you. So there's no application downtime. So you will automatically can scale up and scale down based on your requirements. The infrastructure is also running on a converged environment. That means typically when you have different data sets based on the applications you're building, you may be dealing with structured data, unstructured data, different kinds of data, spatial data, graph data, and so on. And for that, you may need specialized resources or specialized databases to manage that data. That means there's more complexity involved in doing that as part of your infrastructure. With a converged infrastructure, you don't have to worry about any of that. It can handle any kind of data sets in the back end. So you can deal with unstructured data, structured data, JSON, spatial, graph, whatever you need be. The infrastructure takes care of that, and you can simply focus on building your functionality and capabilities in the application. The other aspect of this is it's workload optimized. That means, sometimes when you are building analytics applications, you want to basically optimize infrastructure just for read modes. If you're building OLTP applications, you may want to optimize infrastructure read and write modes, right? Or you may have mixed workloads. So you have to worry about in the back end, somebody has to do that tuning for maximum performance. And with Oracle Autonomous Infrastructure, you don't have to worry about that. The system or the infrastructure takes care of that. The platform takes care of that for you. Again, all you do is worry about building out your applications. And then finally, another big advantage of running an autonomous infrastructure is security. This is a big issue. You don't have to now build in the system. The platform comes with built-in security. So your data, your access, your basic security capabilities are all provided for you. Things like data at rest is completely encrypted. So even if there's a breach, you don't have to worry about your data being read by somebody else. It is encrypted, and they would need those keys. The transactions or the connections are encrypted. We have database wall, we have data safe. So all these capabilities are provided to you out of the box. In addition to that, there's a lot of additional things that's, as you can see in the check marks below, that's offered to you at no additional cost. Things like you can actually, if you're in production mode, you can defer your upgrades to the time that you have of your liking. You don't have to be rushed into upgrades. You can do easy instance cloning. If you want to do a simple cloning, it's very easy to do that. You can do time chart tracking, so on and so forth. There's a lot of capabilities as part of the autonomous infrastructure that you can get access to at no additional cost as part of this platform. And that's a big reason, the combination of these things, the big reason why we have incredible adoption of Apex in the market. We have thousands and thousands of customers worldwide that are building all sorts of applications, from very simple apps to, like I said, mission critical apps on this platform. And one of the companies that we're going to highlight today is Nomura Research. They're the largest system integrator in Japan. And I'm looking forward to hearing of their journey and sharing that with you as well. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Salim to talk about this a little bit more.
Thank you, Ashish. Now I'll hand it over to NRI team to tell us more about their successful journey with Oracle Apex. Over to you, Shota.
Thank you, Salim. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Shota. I'm a tech lead at a Japanese company called Nomura Research Institute. Today, in this business innovation webcast, we'd like to share our experience on low code, which I think is rather unique. That's because we were in IT solutions business for decades, but we almost always use traditional coding methods to make applications. So about 2 years ago, we knew almost nothing about low code. But things changed after we discovered Oracle Apex. Today, we even use Apex to build large-scale, mission-critical systems. Let me share my screen. In this session, we'd like to share our journey on low code. For those of you watching, we hope our session will help you get to know more about low code and Oracle Apex. To get started, let me give you a quick introduction of our company. Nomura Research Institute, NRI in short, was founded in 1965 as the first consulting company in Japan. In 1988, we were merged with a systems development company to become a total provider of consulting and IT solutions. This gives us the capability to define customers' business problems, as well as the capability to provide solutions using digital technology. Here are some key figures. We have over 6,000 employees, and our sales was over $5 billion in 2021. Here are details to describe the scale of our IT solutions business. Although NRI was founded as a consulting company, 90% of our sales today comes from IT solutions. Among the 90%, we serve a wide range of customers. The biggest segment is financial IT solutions, which includes securities, insurance, and banking systems. The next one is industrial IT solutions, which includes retail, distribution, and manufacturing systems. Here are some of our major systems. The STAR is a back office solution for brokerage firms. It enables our customers to open accounts, place orders, settle trades, and so on. It's now used by 75 firms. Similarly, iStar and the T-Star are back office solutions, but iStar is for wholesale brokerage firms, and T-Star is for asset management firms. These stars are business applications, but we also have consumer-facing applications. One example is Value Direct. It's an online banking system. It enables consumers to transfer money or manage savings by a friendly interface. They are just some of our major systems, and they are all made by traditional coding methods. So some systems use Java, and some use .NET technology, and some use COBOL language. So naturally, we have these business challenges. Traditional coding methods are time-consuming. We need to write millions of lines of code, which requires a lot of human effort. Besides, the more code to write, the higher the maintenance cost becomes. The third point is about learning cost. Traditional coding methods require multiple skills, such as client-side programming languages, server-side programming languages, and application frameworks as well. Learning all of them is costly. We can hire skilled engineers, but there is another problem, which is developer shortages. More than ever, there is a great demand for applications, but there is only a limited population of engineers. This problem is more serious in Japan because, as you may know, our population is decreasing. That is why we started our journey on low code. But to be honest, we didn't have high expectations at first. We were somehow skeptical towards low code because we relied on traditional coding methods for long. Here is a slide of our expectations versus reality. When we started, we had these expectations. We thought low code can only make simple applications. We thought its customizability is limited. We thought it's like a black box, so that we wouldn't be able to understand how it's working. Finally, we thought it's not scalable. But we were wrong. After some experience, especially with Oracle Apex, low code was quite different from our expectations. In fact, our experience tells Oracle Apex is not limited to simple application. It is highly customizable. I'd like to follow them up with some use cases later. Also, Oracle Apex has debugging features. It allows us to investigate the app when the app is not working as intended. Finally, it's scalable. We NRI came to know this reality after thorough research on low-code technology and multiple use cases of Oracle Apex. So without further ado, let me share our journey on low-code. This is the overview of our journey. In 2020, we evaluated more than 20 low-code platforms. Because there are so many low-code platforms in the market, we wanted to find the best one for us. This is when we discovered Oracle Apex. The following year, we used Oracle Apex on small projects, 11 projects in total. We had so many projects because Apex projects were successful, and more NRI people were interested in it. Today, with Apex, we are making a large-scale, mission-critical app for financial institutions. We learned a lot through this process. So in this session, we would like to share our experience in each step, that is, how we started, how we scaled, and where we are with Apex today. So let's start with the first one. First, we started to evaluate low-code platforms because there are so many in the market. To do so, we have analyzed our requirements and researched over 20 platforms. The final report is quite massive, but here are some interesting findings. The first one is this. Is the low-code platform offered as PaaS or not? We found out that most platforms are offered as PaaS, and they tend to have more limitations, especially on the server side. For example, they often have storage limit like 5 GB maximum, or API rate limit like you cannot access the API more than 100 times an hour. It can be a huge issue, especially if we make applications for production use. On the other hand, Apex is offered as software, so we have the freedom to customize our servers and define limitations by ourselves. The next one is if the low code based on familiar technology or not. For example, OutSystems is based on .NET technology and works on Windows servers. On the other hand, Apex is SQL-based and runs on Linux as well. As our engineers use Oracle database almost every day, Apex felt much more easier for us to learn. The last one is, can we use low-code like Oracle Apex to make applications for our customers? I think it's rather easy to make applications for ourselves because we can compromise on small details. But when it comes to making apps for our customers, things change. That's because clients do care about small details, like they want to make the color brighter or move the button a little bit to the left. So Is it possible to do so with Apex? In order to answer this question, we decided to do something challenging, a challenge that will show how practical Apex is. And the challenge was, is it possible to make Instagram with Oracle Apex? Because you can Google to find out that Apex can make something like this or this. But how about something like Instagram? Because our customers often want something complicated and something visually appealing. That's what we wanted to know by our Instagram challenge. So let me demonstrate what we've made. I'm going to log into Oracle Apex. So this is the app that we made. So I'll just run it by clicking this button. And there it is. This is the Instagram replica that we made with Oracle Apex. Surprisingly, this looks like Instagram. What you're seeing here is the top page. And we can open the same page on a mobile device. That's because all Apex pages are responsive. So I can adjust the screen like this, like this. Or I can just switch to iPhone mode. Of course, we can switch to iPad. We can scroll down and click this Load More button. And we can load pictures as well. This actually works. And we made profile page too. We can see profile tab and notification tab. This checkbox actually works. So if I click this, it's going to update the database. So this is the Instagram challenge. Well, let's go back to my PowerPoint. So is it possible to make Instagram with Oracle Apex? To our surprise, our challenge shows the answer is yes. This challenge was interesting. We had fun making this app, but above all, of all evaluations we have done, this was the most convincing. This convinced us and our customers how practical Apex is. This challenge led us to use Apex on actual projects. For the next part, we would like to share one of the early projects we did. It's a management dashboard for our company. So I would like to have my coworker, Anna, to talk about her experience.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to thank you for giving me the chance to speak here today. Let me just start by introducing myself. My name is Anna Kitamura from NRI. I was a member of the Management Dashboard project when I was a new employee. At that time, I had neither Apex knowledge nor system development experience. However, I got used to find Apex in about a week or so, and then I was able to develop the code within a month. So today, I would like to share with you about what I felt through my experience of actual development using Apex. Here is the outline of my presentation. First, I would like to give you some background about Management Dashboard project. Secondly, I am going to talk about values of Apex. Then, our expectations to Apex. And finally, I'll share with you benefits for clients with Apex. All right. I would like to begin by introducing background of Management Dashboard project. The original dashboard had two main issues. The first issue was room for improvement in terms of visualization, since it was often expressed in a table way. The second issue was also room for improvement in terms of individual optimization. This is because it didn't take into account what's each user viewpoint. In order to solve these business issues, the Management Dashboard project was launched. This new dashboard was developed with Apex and could solve the business issues by providing an easy-to-understand screen with graphical visualization and a way of presenting data that considers individual viewpoints. Here is screenshots of the management dashboard we have developed. Now, I'd like to turn to values of Apex gained through my experience. The first value is the ease of UI modification. Now, let me show you a short demonstration. Here is the management dashboard application screen. This screen shows if each division has achieved target sales and target operating income. For example, if you want to know more about this division, you can click its search to go to the detail screen. Here, on the left side, you can see cumulative sales and expenses. On the right side, you can see their trends in bar charts. They are all annual information, but if you switch this button, you can instantly switch to monthly information. From now on, I would like to demonstrate how easy it is to modify this application with Apex. To do so, let's assume that we received some requests from our client. First, our client wants to switch the location of the right graph and the left graph. Secondly, when he goes to this detail screen, he would like to see monthly information instead of annual information. Finally, instead of vertical bar graphs, he prefers line graphs because they are meant to describe sales transitions. Now, let's modify the UI screen to satisfy these requests. First, let's go to the Apex development screen and select the screen we want to modify. We can modify it by moving these regions or changing parameters. So let's get started. To switch the left and right graphs, we can just drag and drop these regions. Next, in order to show monthly information by default, what we need to do is to select the region and change its default value from annual to monthly. Finally, to change graph types, we'll select the sales transition graph and change its type from bar to line. We'll do the same for the operating income transition graph. When we are done, let's save them. That's it. So easy, isn't it? That is all we need to satisfy requests from our client. Now, let's take a look at the actual application screen, and we can see all three requests have been incorporated. Through this demonstration, I hope you saw how easy it is to modify the application with Apex. In fact, when we were developing this application, our client told us he'd like to see sales transitions from different angles. So we quickly modified the UI on the spot and showed it to him. Then he said, yes, this is what I wanted to see. It shows how easy it is to modify UI in response to client requests. Now, let me continue with the second value of Apex. It's a high productivity. Compared to Scratch development, Apex is easier to learn and can be developed by non-experts like me. The last value is further growth potential. This is because Apex might be an excellent fit for today's young generation. I noticed Apex can be learned with try and error basis by operating the development screens. Moreover, I think this method of understanding is quite suitable for new digital generation like myself. That is why I have high expectations for the future popularization of Apex. Next, I'd like to turn to our expectations to Apex. First of all, though we are satisfied with the flexibility of Apex at this point, we would be happy to see more features in the future. Second, compared to other languages such as Java, the number of experienced people is still small in Japan for now. But considering the potential of Apex, learning easily, I believe this number will increase in the future. Finally, I would like to summarize benefits for clients with Apex. We have covered Apex has following excellent points: easy to modify, high productivity, inexpensive, and flexibility. Therefore, with Apex, you will be able to release quickly, develop inexpensively, and be very responsive to your clients' needs. These benefits should be very attractive to clients. If I have a great optionality to propose a client about new service, these are the points I would like to use Apex. They are benefits from client's point of view, but also I would like to mention benefits from developer's point of view as well. I can strongly tell this from my experience because I had few programming skills before this project, but was able to learn Apex in less than a week and then realized the client requirements in about a month or so. I never imagined that I would be able to contribute in such a short time. This experience also gave me confidence. But of course, Apex is not the silver bullet for all projects. But if you have a chance, please try Apex and feel how it differs from traditional development and experience pros and cons of it. Well, this brings me to the end of my presentation. I've shared with you about my experience of development using Apex, and I would be glad if my experience is helpful to you. So thank you for listening. Now I will hand over to Shota. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Including her project, we created 11 Apex apps in 2021, and Apex consistently increased our productivity. In terms of waterfall development, Apex especially accelerated these three phases that are low-level design, coding, and unit testing. On average, Apex decreased our human resources by 65% This result propelled us to use Apex on a larger project. But we had some issues to do so, which is our next topic. The issue was about DevOps. That's because bigger projects need more developers. So we would need Git features like version controls, code reviews, and branching, so that we can discover bugs early and improve code quality. Also, we would need automated tests and deployment features that would cut operational costs and make us more agile. But Apex does not have these features yet. In order to solve this problem, we asked Oracle Apex development team for help, and they helped us make this possible. This is a DevOps pipeline for Apex. By default, Apex apps are stored inside Apex. But with this pipeline, we can export apps into a Git repository. There, we can track history, compare, and merge branches. Also, this pipeline allows us to run tests automatically. And we can use any kind of testing framework such as Selenium or UTPL SQL. After successful tests, we can automatically deploy the app into other deployments, into other environments. Let me demonstrate this pipeline. So I'll go back to the Instagram app and make a change. Now, this page name is home, but let's change it to something else. So I'll just change it to top. Okay, so now let's export this app into a Git repository. We can do so by command line, but we have our original CI/CD app to make things easier. And this is it. By the way, this CI/CD app is made by Apex as well. They are all in Japanese, but this is the export button. Here, we can select what to export. The top one is the Apex app. Below are stored procedures and packages. This is a PL/SQL function to get username from email. The other is a unit test code. Let me show you what they are. I'll go to Object Browser and click Functions. This is the get username from email function. When we make Apex apps, we often make functions like this. So we'd like to save them in Git repositories as well. The other one is a package. This is a unit testing function. Here we use testing framework called UTPL SQL. It works like JUnit or Jest if you're familiar with JavaScript. Here is a simple test code to make sure that this function works as expected. Okay, I'll go back to the CI/CD app and select everything and go next. It will take a few seconds. I'll click Next again. Here we can add a commit message. So I'll type changed page name and click OK. It's done. Because we use OCI's DevOps services, we can see the result on OCI console. So let me open Git repository. If we go to commit page, we can see the change that I've made earlier. Here it is. And if I click this, I can compare versions. As you can see, the old title is home, but it's now top. The code here is quite difficult to understand, but the newer version of Apex has a great feature, which makes this easier to understand. As I'm talking about this, OCI's DevOps feature has started automated tests. So let's see build pipelines. Here, a new build is in progress. It's going to take several minutes, so let me open the previous one. You can see logs here. So let me scroll down, and it says running test now, and it has completed one test. If something goes wrong, it will say failure and notify our engineers by email. And that's it. That's a short demonstration of our DevOps pipeline. If you are interested in DevOps, there are great articles online. So as our final topic, we would like to give you a quick peek over the mission-critical app that we are building. It is what we call GRC management system, where GRC stands for governance, risk, and compliance. Our new system is going to help banks and financial institutions to meet GRC requirements, which are often defined by international rules or the government. Here is the system's overview. The entire system is built on our OCI dedicated region, which is an OCI region within our data center. Here are some screenshots of the app. This is a report of bank accounts. Our system needs to handle millions of data, so we use Oracle Real Application Clusters to make it possible. This is a detail page. It is all Japanese, but the number 24 means a risk score for this bank account. Since this risk score involves complex calculations, we created a batch application outside Apex. It runs calculations overnight, and Apex app shows the result like this. I think it's another beauty of Apex that we can integrate low code with existing technologies. This is another screenshot. In order to visualize workflow, we use a plugin called Flows for Apex. It's a powerful workflow engine that lets us create and visualize workflow. Finally, we would like to note that it's not just GRC system that we are making with Oracle Apex. Last year, NRI has created its own Apex training program to have more Apex engineers within our company. Just last year, about 50 NRI engineers have taken this course, and we are planning to enroll more than 300 engineers in the next 3 years. The reason behind this is that we are planning to create more applications with Apex. With our experience, there are more and more things we can do with Apex. For example, Apex enables us to create custom authentication schemes. We use it to enable single sign-on with our major enterprise systems. We hope to create more applications with Apex and provide greater value to our customers. That's all for our presentation. Thank you.
That was great, Shota and Anna. Thank you very much for the great presentation. We've got some questions for you. So let's start with the first question. Most companies or organizations care about two things: how much money you save and how much time you gain by adopting new technology. Can you tell us a little bit how Oracle Apex help you to overcome these two issues?
For Apex, we needed about 4 to 5 engineers to carry out a small project. But with Apex, I think we'll only need 2 to 3 engineers. In that sense, Apex can reduce our human cost by half. Also, Apex gives us great agility as well. With traditional coding methods, we often spend first several weeks choosing application frameworks, setting up environment, and creating basic functions like logging in or logging out. But we don't have to do that with Apex. We can set up Apex environment quickly, especially if we use OCI, and start making what matters.
Great. Another question. What was the biggest challenge during the implementation of your software? How did Oracle Apex help to overcome this challenge?
We had some challenges because our apps are often complicated, but we've overcome so far with the enormous features of Oracle database. For example, one time, we need to download or upload files to cloud storage, such as OCI Object Storage or AWS S3. But we can do so with Oracle's DBMS Cloud package. Another time, we needed to run a small Java program inside Apex. We can do so because Oracle can call Java program from PL SQL. The list goes on. We like the fact that Apex is built on top of Oracle database, so that we can use both features of Apex and Oracle database.
Thank you. Okay, so another question. What features would you like to see available in Apex in the future?
New version of Apex introduced readable application export feature. Thanks to it, we can export the app into JSON or YAML formats. But currently, they are read-only, and we cannot import those files. So we'd very much like to import them. That will make it so much easier to manage files in Git repositories.
Sure, it's a good point. Okay, so another question is, how easy was it to learn and adapt Oracle Apex in your organization?
On average, it takes about 2 weeks for our engineers to learn Apex. Besides, we like the fact that we don't require so many skills to learn Apex. For example, if we are to learn something like React framework, we need to know TypeScript, JSX, and microservices, and so on. It'll take a while to learn all of them. But when it comes to Apex, we'll only need to know SQL and a bit of HTML language.
What is the feature that you value the most in Oracle Apex?
I like list views very much. In fact, our Instagram replica is created only by 3 list views. Let me share my screen to show you. Here, you can see there are only 3 list views on this page. The first one, profile, creates this area. The next list view creates these round images. The last one shows these images. List views are quite versatile. We can show text or images and customize the style as well.
So one more question, but interesting. How much CSS did you need to make the app look like an Instagram app?
Not so much, which I can show you. So let me share my screen again. Here. 87 lines of code is all the CSS we need. So most of the styling is done with this theme roller. Here we can change colors or spacings. So if I remove CSS, it will still look like this.
Thank you for your answers, Shota. At the end, I would love to remind you that our new Oracle Apex Foundations Learning Path from Oracle University is now available and for free. More than 3.5 hours content provided to you by our experts from product development team. Oracle Apex Developer Professional Learning Path is currently in progress and should be available to you soon. Plus, we will have an updated certification. I'd like also to remind you that you can get started with Apex for free by visiting oracle.com/free. If you haven't done so, please sign up today. A couple of always free autonomous databases pre-configured with Oracle Apex. In addition to that, you get 30-day free trial to try the other Oracle Cloud services, including databases, analytics, compute, and container engine for Kubernetes. Lastly, if you haven't watched the previous business innovations session yet, it is available on demand now. Watch it to learn how Munich Re was able to build a SaaS application with low code in 4 months and scaling across multiple countries using Oracle Apex and Oracle Autonomous Database. That's it for today's session. I hope to see you next month with a new business innovations webcast. Thank you and bye-bye for now.